Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Leadership Conversations with Laura Gleason, team leader of Keller Williams Mid-Willamette, and myself, Kristen Wilson, operating principal broker. And we are excited today to be sharing about our culture and our belief system, which is something we've named WI4Cs2TES, and really the Keller Williams way, and what we believe is one of the key foundational elements of our company and what attracts so many people to our company. So Laura, why don't you share with us what's important to you about it and maybe a little bit about what it means?
Okay, sure. Thank you. So I'm going to go even a little bit more wide or macro with this for a second. So at Keller Williams Realty, we have what we call our MVVBP. So we have our mission, our vision, our values, our belief system, and our perspective. And the Y4C2T is our belief system in action. And it's an acronym that stands for win-win, integrity, customers, commitment, communication, creativity, teamwork, trust, equity, and success. And we're going to spend the next few weeks at during these leadership conversations talking about each one of those belief systems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 of them. And we're going to break it down and talk about one per week. And so I actually asked Google today, why do top companies have a belief system? And I found some really good comments in Google that I wanted to share.
Yeah.
It says a belief system is a set of beliefs or principles that helps us interpret our everyday reality, understand, organize, and make sense of the world. A belief system is a network of beliefs that we each hold about what is or should be right and wrong, what is or should be true and false. Core values create a company's culture and inspire its business strategy. And this equates to a company's success since everyone is working toward the same goals. Company values also attract investors, customers, and new employees who share the same belief system. In an organization, when managers and CEOs have a strong belief system and a positive outlook toward life, they inspire their employees, which can ultimately lead to the success of their business and help them build a better work environment. Everything in an organization is going to be better when the people working in it believe in what the business is doing. When they believe, they work harder, they give more, and they put a level of energy and passion into play that's essential to creating anything great. And so the reason I asked Google, because I knew that there's top companies in every industry in the world that have a mission statement, that have a vision, that have values, that have a belief system. And what I love about Keller Williams Realty is that we have these leaders, and our mission, vision, values, and perspective and belief system are not new to the company. We've had these core principles for many, many years. Keller Williams is 40 years old, and for many, many years, we've had these core principles. And I love that we have these leaders, Kristen, in our company that believe that we are also a top company, which we are, #1 real estate company in the world, and that we are better with a core set of principles that we all had a voice in, we can all follow, and we can all adhere to. So to me, that's like I said, I want to go a little bit macro just to really lay the groundwork for the discussions that we're going to have for the next few weeks as we break down the 10 principles in our belief system. So the first one, which is so great that it's our first one, is win-win or no deal. Win-win or no deal. And when you think about a real estate career, to me, that is the essence of what we're doing as real estate agents. It's the core, the essence. We are here to serve our clients, our buyers, our sellers, and our investors. And we also have a class at Keller Williams called Bold. And we have these bold laws. And there's so many bold laws that I think about when I think about win-win or no deal. What you focus on expands is one of them. You teach people how to treat you is one of them. Focus on the plan, not the problem, is another one for win-win or no deal. Logic makes you think, emotions make you act. And then the other one, and we could go on, but another one I wrote down was change the way you look at things, and the way you look at things change. And so when I think win-win or no deal as the essence of a real estate transaction, that's our duty as real estate agents to create a win-win for our clients. Whenever we hear a no in a transaction, it's how can we make that a yes? What are we missing that we can discuss, look at differently, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change, and create a win-win for each client involved. Typically, there's two real estate agents on the transaction. There's someone representing the buyer and there's someone representing the seller. And it's our core duty to come together as agents, and what you focus on expands. If we focus on the plan and not the problem, the plan is that we're going to help our buyers or sellers or investors reach their goals of the real estate transaction, right? So that is a win-win every single time. And there's no deal if we can't create a win-win. What do you think about when you think about that one?
Well, I think I love what you said, and tying it back to the bold laws as well. I want to back up to, though, some of the comments you shared.
Yeah.
Some of the things that stood out to me that you shared from Googling it is, it really is a set of agreements for how we operate, how we treat one another, and how we treat those that we work with.
Yeah.
And the reason we attract agents with that agreement is because their values are already in alignment with ours.
Yes.
And I
They
think,
want it too. Yeah, they
and
want it
what's
too.
interesting is you said that it inspires, but also the impact or the result of that is it creates a level of energy and passion, because we have clarity around who we are.
Right.
So it's easy then to, when we function in who we are, to do what we do with a higher level of energy and passion, because we have this agreed belief system that we all are operating under.
Right.
So when executed at its best, it creates a winning environment to begin.
Right.
It's not that we have to work so hard to function to have a win-win, but as a result of our belief system and functioning and participating and engaging with those core values, we're already setting ourselves up for that kind of success to create a win-win.
Right.
And the other piece about that, I was thinking about co-brokers. And I was thinking about, what does that even mean? Co-brokers, right? And how in the very word co implies we're working together. Well, what are we working together towards, right? And if you think about the word co, it works in so many things: cooperate, collective, collaborate. It implies that unity, that team approach to make something happen. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And we love all of our co-brokers in the Valley. We love partnering to work on our clients' behalf. And we all really have the same goal in mind, which is to walk away having met the needs of both sides.
Yeah.
To me, that's what win-win or no deal represents. Right? That collaborative, that cooperating energy, right? That looks for solutions and strategizes together and creates a great experience for each side.
Yeah.
The reality is, no deal goes perfectly. The reality is there's so many things out of our control, right? We can only facilitate and manage and collaborate and cooperatively work together to a point that everyone, all parties are having the same level of experience. But aside from that, there's so many things that we can't control. And so when we work together to bring solutions or to overcome that, then we are that much far ahead on helping our clients achieve their goals. And I just think it's a beautiful concept. And I know that we always don't get to get the deal done.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that someone isn't creating or coming from a belief system of great, experience or cooperating. It's just that there are also some things that happen outside of our control that don't make it come together. And that's why the or no deal is part of that. And yet we can also walk away from deals that don't happen with still that same cooperative, collaborative, agreement on how we treat each other,
Yeah.
even when it doesn't go both parties' way.
Right.
And to me, when I've experienced this culture, when I've experienced the WI4C2TES at a high level, it's when things didn't go well and how we work together and treated each other. It's really displayed then. And I think that we all have an opportunity to grow into this and also dive into it for our own self as to what it means to us.
Well said.
So we are here to talk about this over the next 10 weeks. And I would say that for Laura and I, it's a good challenge for us too, to say, hey, where does this show up? And where does this not show up? Even in our roles as leaders, right? As leaders of the company, it's our goal to really in depth understand and facilitate and exemplify in our own style, leadership style, how these play out as far as our relationships with the agents and our relationships in the community. Because we know and we believe that when we have an environment that is bought in and in alignment with these beliefs, that we're all going to have a great experience and have great energy in our market center, have great energy around being with each other. And also that's going to spill over into our relationships in the community and with other brokers. What does that impact, Laura?
It impacts the entire community that we're serving. We're serving in a community, and it impacts the businesses in the community, the clients in the community. Real estate shows up in a lot of different parts of the economy. Yeah. So it's a huge impact.
Yeah. And I would add one more thing to that. It ultimately impacts their clients.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at the end of the day, we all have to remember who we work for.
The client.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, it's emotional buying and selling a home. It's so emotional, right? And when we come at it and, let our clients feel all the feelings, but then work them towards this win-win, work them towards handling each step of the transaction with the mindset that we're collaborating and we're all working together for the same goal. Ultimately, it makes things better for them.
Yep.
So it is one of my favorite. I am happy that it's the first one. And I'm just excited that we're taking the time to dive into these one at a time. Any further thoughts?
Me too. No, well said. Really good stuff to think about. The one final thing I would say is how proud I am that we are a part of a company that has this type of a belief system that challenges us every day to think about how we're using this belief system in action. It's our belief system in action.
I love that. I love that because, you know, we can oftentimes write something up like this and it sits on the wall
Mhm.
and we could be disconnected from it or disassociated from really truly what it could mean to not just our work environment, but to our clients and how, you know, it impacts them on the day to day. And when we look at it over and over again, and we really take it as principles to put into and infuse into our day to day business, it's powerful.
Yeah,
Powerful
it's
tool.
so powerful. It's a beautiful thing.
It is. All right, everyone. Well, we're so happy to be sharing this and look forward to the next 10 weeks of sharing even examples in our own businesses and how we've seen this played out in working with our clients, working with agents, working with co-brokers, and just doing a little deep dive on each one of these. I'm looking forward to it, and I love the insights that you have to share, Laura. And I think
You as well.
all right. Thank you, guys. Have a happy Wednesday.
Thank you.